Hi, I'm Davina of the Mumpreneur Lawyer, protector of businesses, wrangler of legal jargon, and enthusiast of all things contracts. I'm also the proud receiver of over 275 glowing 5-star Google reviews. Go check them out if you will. So today's episode, we're diving into a hot topic that keeps some business owners awake at night. What makes a contract legally enforceable? Spoiler alert, if it's written on a napkin after cocktails, that's probably a no. All right, starting with the basics. What is a contract anyway? In fancy pants legal talk, it's an agreement between two or more parties that creates legal rights and obligations. In real life, it's the thing that stops people from pulling a sneaky on you after you've delivered what you promised. But not all agreements are created equally. There are a few non-negotiable ingredients that will turn your contract from a floppy piece of paper into something legally binding. Think of it like baking a cake. If you miss the flour or the eggs, you're left with a sad puddle. The same goes for contracts. Skip a key element and it's not enforceable. Now let's talk about those elements. First up, the offer. An offer is when someone proposes a deal. Picture this, you're selling custom jewelry. You say to your customer, hey, I'll make you a personalized necklace for $100. There's your offer. But here's the thing, no offer is going to work unless there's something else to go with it. So, acceptance. This is when the other person says, deal. Whether it's verbal, in writing, or even a nod, it needs to be clear that both parties are on the same page. Next is consideration. No, this is not about being polite. It's about value. Both sides have to give or promise something of value. If you're giving your services, the clients are paying with money. If there's no exchange, it's going to be a favor and not a contract. Next, we've got intention. So both parties need to intend for the agreement to be legally binding. Usually, if you're doing a business, the intention is implied. You're usually not entering a legally binding contract just by offering to grab a coffee for a mate. But be careful with documents like heads of agreement. You need to be sure what is binding and what is not. Finally, we have certainty. Vague contracts are like buying a mystery box on Amazon. It's risky and very likely will end up in disappointment. Your contract needs to spell out exactly who's doing what, by when, and for how much. Okay, time for a real-life case study. I had a client who ran a boutique marketing agency, and she hired a graphic designer to create a logo. They chatted over email, and the designer agreed to do the work for $2,000 plus GST, but neither of them put together a proper contract. What could possibly go wrong, right? Well, 3 months later, the agency weren't happy with the logo. It wasn't the style she wanted, and the designer insisted that extra revisions would cost more. They both really felt let down. Without a written contract and clear contract, neither had any solid proof of what had been agreed upon. Cue a series of tense emails. Had they nailed down a contract with clear terms at the start, they could have saved themselves a whole lot of drama. So, remember folks, contracts are your business's best friend. Don't wing it. Now, you might be wondering, can a verbal contract be legally binding and enforceable? Technically, yes. But proving a verbal agreement in court is a little bit like trying to find a particular grain of sand at the beach. That's why I always recommend getting everything in writing. It's protection for both sides. And hey, a contract doesn't have to be a 50-page legal thriller. Even a short, straightforward document can do the job if it covers the essentials. Now, let's talk about a few common mistakes I see with contracts. Mistake number 1, not using contract at all. Look, I get it, you're busy and you're in the moment, you think, we trust each other. But when things go wrong, trust does not pay the bills. Mistake 2, using a random template from the internet. Generic contracts might not cover Australian law or your business's specific needs. It's best to invest in something tailored to you and your specific business. Mistake 3, not updating your contracts. If your business evolves or the law changes, so your legal agreements need to change. Outdated terms are asking for trouble. All right, let's wrap it up with some quick takeaways. Contracts need an offer, acceptance, consideration, intention, and certainty. Always put your agreements in writing, and custom contracts are the way to go. They'll save you from those "I never agreed to that" nightmares. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow business owners. And if you're ready to protect your business with custom legal documents, head to the Mumpreneur Lawyer website and book a free chat. Let's get your foundations rock solid. Catch you in the next episode.